folks, how y'all doing? Trent Clark here with Mallett Buildings. We got a good show for you today. I want to start off by saying, are you ready to buy that building today? If you are, it's a good day, and I'm going to show you why you need to buy it from Mallett Buildings. First, let's go over $500 discount every week to our military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, and first responders. If you're one of those people, make sure you get an extra $500 off your building, okay? Always type in cash, and you get an extra $1,000 on our Signature Series and our Elite Series building. All you got to do is type in cash to a show just like this one, okay? Take advantage of that. About Mallett Buildings, years of experience, over 26 years delivering custom designed post frame buildings. Folks, ask yourself this: if you're in the market for a building, doesn't it make sense to buy from the best, somebody who's started post frame in this industry? We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for a long time, and we're going to continue to improve our processes. Just like we got a new roll form plant coming. We built our own truss here. We'll get a little bit more of that in a minute. Proper licensures, we'll talk about that in a little while too. Reputation and trust. No contractor violations. BBB, we got over 500 reviews on the BBB in Google. A+ rating with the BBB. Check all this stuff out. We'll go over some of the red flags, but our competitors, some of them have just been in business for 4 years. How can they offer a 10-year workmanship warranty? Are they going to be here? And you got to ask yourself that question. Are they going to be here in 10 years to fix whatever problems you may have? These things are real, folks. We're just trying to bring it to you to light for you. Okay, let's get started. Community oriented. Okay, here at Mallett Building, Lee gives back all to. We couldn't do that without our customers and without being the best in the business. Okay, we pride ourselves on that. It's something that we take serious, and I know that Lee himself gives a lot back to the community. Okay, we're locally owned right here in Iowa, Louisiana. We are very committed in supporting a whole array of different organizations here in our community and the state for that matter. This is just a few of them that they can fit on this board. There's a lot more. Goes to bigger contributions or smaller ones all across the board. Just about every week we give back to our community. And this is just a few here, folks. Okay? Building options. Okay? You know we got the Value, Signature, and Elite lines. Unmatched craftsmanship, superior durability, structure, integrity, and practical function. Okay? So, their best can't even beat our basic. There's a lot to be said there, folks. Our value is better than the rest out there, okay? We'll go through that in a minute. I don't want to jump ahead, so let's just keep going, okay? Guaranteed quality, backed by, we use #1 dry kiln lumber, ground treated, lumber with a lifetime warranty against termites, rot, fungal decay, and of course rust, okay? Wood's not gonna rust, especially #1 kill dry treated rust. Customer first approach, personalized service from concept to completion. Advanced 3D modeling tools for precision and satisfaction. You need to use our 3D model. It's available on our website. We want you to build the building of your dreams. Let us quote it and let us build it for you, okay? We have that capability and you can do it. It's very simple. That's the best way to get a quote, okay? Referral program. Don't forget. You know, if you're a customer or if you know anybody that is in search of a building and you want to refer them over to us, we'll send you a $200 check for doing that. It's real. We send out checks all the time. Built to outlast, not just to outrush. Okay. There's a reason we're booked up. We're trusted, folks. I mean, look, when you're the best. And I mean, we can say that. We built post frame in this, in the southern half of the United States here in our region. 26 years we've been doing this. We are booked up, but we perform well and we do it fast, okay? With quality in mind. So if you're in search of a building and you're you know, thinking about pulling the trigger in a month from now, go ahead and come to us now. Let's get you signed up. Let's get you on the board, okay? We build nearly 800 buildings a year, okay? This is real. Our builds are engineered, permitted, and have survived 16 hurricanes, okay? We're talking about hurricanes, not tornadoes. If a tornado comes, we all better get away, okay? That's not by accident, folks. We're constantly improving our processes here at Mallett Buildings. You can talk to some of our customers. I know Mr. Tackett is one of them. He likes to talk about Mallett, and he does a very good job. But you can ask him. He bought his building, you know, maybe a year ago now, maybe not even that long. You can speak with our customers, and they're going to tell you we're constantly changing for the better. He bought a great building, but since he bought that building, we've already improved our processes and making it better, putting better stuff in it that our competition just can't do, okay? Our elite specials, let's talk about our elite specials, okay? We have, in our elite series, is the top of the line. Nobody else does this in the industry. We'll get to that in a minute. But you got a 30 by 50 by 12 for $43,998. You got a 40 by 50 by 12 for $53,950. You got a 40 by 60 by 12 for $61,598. Okay, this is premium features, folks. You get #1 kill dry lumber, engineered 2x8 scissor truss, standard, 3-foot spacing, 9-foot post spacing, engineered mono truss, 5-on-12 roof pitch. Our competition just don't do this, folks. They can't. Okay, engineered cable retention system, concrete under every post. All right, I don't know anybody else that's building 2x8 truss for a post frame building. Okay, if you do, let us know. If somebody's out there and they can prove that to us, let us know. Okay, concrete under every post, built-in value, but you know, 6-inch microfiber reinforced concrete, 4,000 psi slab. We're going to get to that in a minute. 2 10x10 walk-through doors, two 10x10 roll-up doors, one walk-through door, insulated roof and wall and windows, 26-gauge metal standard, 4x4 framework windows and walk-through doors, gutters, Wayne coat, continuous rivets, gutter brushes, all included in this building. Zack screws, lifetime screws included in this building, post protectors in this building. This building is 145-mile-an-hour wind rating, okay? Licensing. We are a licensed professional engineered firm. Folks, our competition can't say this. We engineer our own post frame building. We have, you met Daryl, he's our engineer, years and years of experience. We engineer our own buildings here at Mallett, okay? Our competitors can't do that. We're assuring you that you're going to get an engineered building that's going to last, okay? That's very important. This is one of the many differences, aspects that separate us from our competition. And it's very important that you, when you're searching and shopping for a building, that you understand these things. And that's why we try to bring it to you. Our Mallett building is licensed engineer proven, built with confidence, backed by engineer, licensed engineering firm. We are a licensed engineering firm. We have a licensed engineer on staff that's going to stamp your buildings, okay? Why does that matter? Because when the next storm hits, you'll be glad your building was built by people who didn't just check a box. They engineered it to last, okay? That's what we do here, folks. That's why we're always improving our processes, all right? The importance of having a licensed professional engineer firm, all right? Structural integrity and safety assurance, engineered plans, safer buildings. A licensed engineer assures that each structure is designed to meet local wind, snow, and load-bearing requirements, especially critical in storm-prone areas, just like we are. Folks, we're not cookie cutters. We're not stamping plans that are built. We don't have a third party stamping our plans that might not be looking at the structure of the building. That's what this is saying, okay? Faster turnaround and fewer delays, design approval. You have to go through all this with us. I would question if somebody says that they can build a building, they can get you signed up and build a building within a couple of weeks, okay? I would question that, folks. First of all, how do you know that they're doing it the right way? We know they're not going to have an engineer on staff like we do and are not a licensed engineer firm. Make sure that you ask all these questions, okay? Cost control and customization, overhead costs and more competitive pricing. Outsourcing engineer often comes with a markup. We have our own engineer on staff. Our competitors, if you have to get them licensed, they got to go to a third party. It could take time. They have to wait and get them to look at your plans and stamp it. And hopefully they actually look at the area that you're in and stamp it accordingly. So this is stuff that you got to worry about. This is stuff, folks, customers out there, this is things that you just don't think about when you want to buy a building, but it's real stuff on the back end that the protocol needs to happen for you to get the right product. Okay, and we do that here at Mallett Building. Okay, competitive edge and customer confidence. Instant credibility. Being a licensed engineering firm builds instant credibility with cities, inspectors, and customers. There's a big difference whenever our engineer can, if you're having a problem or something, you can call our engineer on staff. He can maybe call the permit office for you, or when they see that our own engineers have stamped their plans, they know it comes from a trusted, firm. There's a big difference than an individual trying to get that. So keep that in mind. We don't just build to code, we design it in-house and exceed the code, okay? We're constantly, our engineer, we talk with him, he is the engineer, but we throw ideas at him like, why can't we do this? And he'll go do his engineer stuff and come back and say, you know what, you can. We just got to do it this way. So that's what we do here at Mallett. We're constantly improving. And we have an engineer that can help us do that, okay? When you tell a customer we don't just build to code, we design it in-house to exceed it, that builds trust and shows you're not cutting corners. We don't cut corners here, folks. We're trying to show you that here. Some of our competitors do, however, cut corners. It's important for you to see that. All right? Compliance and legal protection. State and local building codes. In-house engineers ensure your designs meet state and local building codes, reducing risks of failed inspections, lawsuits, or forced rebuilds. If you do something wrong and a city inspector goes out there and they catch you, or somebody else, our competitors didn't do due diligence and do something right, they could force you to take your building down, folks. It's happened. It's happened a lot that you might not know about. Okay, documents signed off, engineered plans. Your company stays protected by having documents signed off, engineered plans backed by a licensed firm, which we are. We are a licensed engineer firm. Nobody else does that. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, reliance in extreme conditions. Region, specific risks. A company with in-house engineers can design for the region. That's what I was talking about a little earlier. We can design, like for instance, the cable retention system that Lee and his engineers designed way back. I don't even know when that happened, but it was years back. That has been proven to help with uplift, and nobody else does it but us. I don't know why. They could do it. They could copy off of us like they do everything else, but they don't do it because they don't think it's necessary. But you must understand that whenever you have that cable retention system, we'll go over it, I'll show you some pictures, in there, and your concrete pours on top of that, that whole concrete slab has to come up for that wind to take that building up, okay? Value building key takeaways. Now, we're going to start out with the value building, okay? Our value building is better than any of our competitors out there because we standardize a lot of things in there. We do 100% kill-dried MCA treated lumber. We use 4,000 4-inch PCI reinforced with microfiber, okay? Our competitors don't do that, folks. They're going to use 3,000, maybe 3,500 if you're lucky. 4,000 is 33% stronger than 3,000 PSI. And when you add that microfiber in there, strengthening up even more, and you're putting strength in the whole volume of your concrete. Not just some little wire mesh that you're hoping's in the middle of that concrete. Okay, so keep that in mind. Engineered cable retention system, which I just went over how important that is. Nobody else does that. This is our value series. This is why I can say nobody builds what Mallett builds, even on our value building, which is our lowest toe building. All right, concrete under every post. 2x6 scissor truss, all treated, okay? This building is 130 mile an hour wind rating. Licensed professional engineered firm that we designed that building for you. That's all very, very important, folks. I hope you are understanding where I'm going with this. So Mallett Signature Building, that's going to be up a notch from our value series, okay? You get 2x8 scissor truss, 5-on-12 roof pitch. I'll show you the roof pitch. It's just a bigger pitch. 26 gauge metal is standard. On the, I don't know if it showed you on that, if I pass it up, but on our value series, 26 gauge is standard on the value series. Most of our competitors, folks, are going to use 29 gauge unless you upgrade to 26 gauge, okay? Keep that in mind. Roof and wall insulation, 4-inch, 4,000 PSI fiber. You still get that. 2 10x10 roll-up doors, 1 walk-through door. You get a 6-year workmanship warranty on our signature buildings. We've been here 26 years, folks. I think we can say that we can give you a 6-year warranty on our mid-range building. All right, Zach screws, of course, on everything. Engineered cable retention system, 4x4 framework on windows and doors. Concrete under every post. Same thing as the value did. The key takeaways here is you're going to get a 2x8 bigger truss, scissor truss, 5-on-12 roof pitch, where on the value building you get a 4-on-12. And on this you get the roof and wall. Now on the Elite, you're going the best in the country. All of them are best in the country, to be honest with you, but the Elite, you get so much more in this building, folks. You're still going to get the all treated. All of our buildings are 100, a #1 treated kill dry lumber. On the Elite, you still get the 2x8 scissor truss. You're going to get a 10-year workmanship warranty with the Elite building, okay? We're going to tighten up that truss spacing to 3 foot, and that post spacing is tightened up to 9 foot. That's how you're going to get your 145 mile an hour wind rating. You get the 5-on-12 roof pitch, 2 10x10 roll-up doors, roof and wall insulation on this building. You get gutters and gutter brush. Folks, that's $21 a linear foot around your whole building. We give you that on the Elite package. 6-inch, 4,000 PSI, and we put the microfiber in it, concrete. And you get control joints. What does that mean? Well, let's think about it. Most of our competitors, and as our value building and signature building, they're going to give you a 4-inch. On the Elite package, however, you're going to get 6 inches, which is 2.5 times stronger than the 4-inch. All right. Then when you add your 4,000 PSI and your microfiber, it's just making it that much stronger. And on the Elite package, we're going to go cut the control joints so we can tell that slab where we want it to crack. And when it does crack, it's going to crack down that joint and you won't see it. All right. You get post protectors on this building, insulated windows, continuous ridge vents, wainscot. We throw it in. This is all given to you on the Elite package. That brings that building, like I said, up to 145 mile an hour wind load. So this is the best building in the country, folks. If you're in the market and you want a building that's going to last you 50 years, this is the building you want. 50 years and more. All right. Let's break down our Mallett Elite building. All right, engineered 2x6 scissor truss. Or 2x8, I'm sorry, 2x8 scissor truss. About to say, I looked at the wood and you could tell. Look at this building, folks. I mean, look at the wood in this building. I mean, that's pretty impressive. 3 foot apart, 9 foot post spacing. I mean, it's just pretty impressive building, okay? All right, 10-year workmanship warranty. 3 foot truss spacing. I just showed you that on that, and I showed you scissor truss versus now. On the scissor truss versus common truss, scissor comes standard. Most of our competitors are going to upcharge you for a scissor truss, okay? In all of our buildings, scissor truss comes standard. Why? Because we can do that. We give you more headroom. There's value that we give you for free, standard in all of our buildings here at Mallett, because you're going to get that extra head height. Okay, look at this. This is a common truss. See how low that sits? Look how much headroom you get. So if in the middle of that building, if you want to put a big, tall door, you can get something tall in that building very, very easy. Okay? All right, roof pitch. This is what I was talking about. If you buy, a lot of people think that red iron is stronger. Well, I got something new for you. It's not. It's only as strong as those bolts, those 4 little anchor bolts holding it up. But most red iron buildings are going to come with a 2-on-12 pitch, which is almost flat, okay? Our standard building, which is our valued building here at Mallett, is a 4-on-12 roof pitch, okay? Now, when you get up to the Signature and Elite Series, this is what you get, okay? It's going to help everything roll right off of that roof a lot faster, and it looks better. You get 2 roll-up doors here, okay? 1 walk-through door. And if you notice, wainscoting, all right? 26 gauge metal standard on all of our buildings. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, and with manufacturer warranty. Okay, gutter and gutter brushes. This is what I was telling you. We throw that in on our elite package all the way around your building, folks. $20 a foot minimum is what people are going to charge you for that. We give you that on this. And these gutter brushes cost money too. You see this leaf? When that leaf falls down in there, it's not going to sink to the bottom. A little bit hard rain is going to push it right off of there. So this is an outstanding product. All right? That's what I was talking about. 6-inch, 4,000 microfiber reinforced concrete slab with control joints. This slab is superior than anything any of our competitors do. 100% superior. 2.5 times stronger than 3,000 what our competitors use. And we're going to, after the slab cures, we're going to go cut some control joints. Why is that important, folks, and why does that benefit you? Because when that slab goes to crack, and I poured a lot of slabs, sooner or later you're going to have, even though we got less cracks than normal because we don't have weight on, in post frame your weight is not on the slab. Stick frame, you're building a house, all the weight of that house is on that slab. So we're less likely to crack already. But in the elite package, we're going to come in there and we're going to cut these control joints, and we're pretty much telling where we want that slab to crack. It can expand better. So we give you that, folks. This is $1 a square foot value. So on a 30 by 50 building, if you wanted your finishers to do this, they're going to charge you $1,500 on that building. We're giving it to you, okay? Understanding our insulation. Reflective single bubble radiant barrier acts as a vapor barrier and insulation. R value and single bubble radiant barrier. So your R value on the roof is R10, which is pretty impressive. I've been in buildings without it and with it, and I can tell you, if you want it with it, okay, you get that in the elite package. You got to pay for it in the value and the signature building, okay. On the walls, you get a R7 value, okay. And if you want to, you can purchase spray foam in this building, okay, which is going to give you a lot better R value. But I'm here to tell you that radiant barrier, that bubble wrap works. And you always can come back later and do more, spray foam over it. But there's a big difference just from the one that you get free on this elite package. Just like I said a while ago, your 6-inch concrete slab is 2.5 times stronger than 4-inch. That's very important, folks. Control joints, went over that already. This is the cracking that could happen without control joints. When you cut control joints, you see over here, you can see where the slab started to crack, but it cracks right down that control joint. This is what control joints do for your slab. We provide that at no cost to you on the elite package. All right, 2 3x3 double insulated windows. Okay, you get that. And if you notice, on our windows, not only do we put 2x6s around it, but we reinforce that with 4x4s. Okay, I'm not sure if our competitors do that. That's going to rigid that window. Okay, it's not going to be able to flex much. All right, engineered wood screws, ollie logs, IBC code. Okay, this is going to secure all your truss into the post. Okay, and we got our engineer designs the way that our builders do that. We don't just go and put them anywhere. We follow what our engineer says to do. And we make sure that our builders do that because we have something called company cam where we can do live feed and our pictures that they must turn into us as your building is being built. So we make sure, we don't just say it, folks, we make sure that it gets done. okay? And our engineer sets an example and stamps the plan and tells us how we need to do it, which we reinforce on our builders. I'm not sure our competitors do that. Just want you to be aware of that, okay? Post protectors, that's these things. You get that for free in all of our elite buildings, okay? Concrete under every hole. Why is that important? Well, it acts as a footing underneath that. We're going to put a 80-pound dry pack concrete bag underneath every post. It's got aggregate in it, okay? That post is going to sit on there. Remember I explained to you, if you're outside in your yard and you're sitting in a lawn chair, all right, folks, we had a little technical difficulty there, but we're back on with you. Where I left off was, here our engineering firm developed this cable retention system, what I spoke about earlier. This is what sets us apart, folks. We developed this a long time ago. Our competitors don't do this. We tie aircraft cable from post to post, horizontally, diagonal, and vertically, all through this building, and then we pour your slab on top of that. It locks all your posts in where it helps with that uplift. They'd have to take that whole slab out. A wind would have to take that whole slab out to get your building on, okay? Very important, okay? That's what the benefits of our engineering firm and to have a engineer on staff does for you, the customer, constantly improving our building. Want to point out our ambassador, one of our ambassadors, Tim Tackett. He loved those gutter brushes, keeps the pine needles out of his gutters. He's right, folks. That picture I showed you, they run right off, okay? Continuous ridge vents, okay? We're not going to go up there and put you these ugly looking ridge, you know, to get air out of your building. You're not even going to see this. The only reason why you can see this right here is because we wanted to show you what example was. And that's going to be covered up. You won't even be able to see it. This is some other examples that you might see out there. Okay, wainscoting. Throw that in for free on the elite package. All right, engineered mono truss. Okay, that's not a mono truss. That's a common truss, but a mono truss is on the side of the building. In the old days, they put rafters. Most of our competitors still put rafters. Why is that not the very best practice to use? Well, we engineered, key word here is engineered mono truss. We engineer your wings and your gable extensions because we want it to be able to withstand a load. Whereas a rafter, you'll see some of the videos or the footage we got, you know, you have a snow load on there and those rafters just can't support that. So like I said, we engineer our post frame buildings here at Mallett. None of our competitors are doing that. Okay, so that's very important. 45 mile an hour wind load on your elite package. All right. Licensed engineered on staff. Like I said, you met Daryl. He usually comes up and he likes to do a little live show with y'all on Mondays, and he continues to do that. But look, if you have questions for Daryl, you can call. He'll answer your questions for you. All right. This is what I was talking about. So every building that we build, we have an account set up, and it never goes away, folks. We got it in there all the time. We take, as you can see in this customer's profile right here, we probably just started this building. This is probably on the end of her building. She's got 233 pictures in there. This is what we do. We make sure that our builders send a whole slew of pictures and our videos. If we want to see you live, we can do it right then and there, and we have somebody to monitor this to make sure that we're following our engineered standards for your building. We want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for you. I'm not sure that our competitors are doing that, folks. Anyway, so every step of your building process, we are watching. We are collaborating with our builders, our finish crews, our forming crew that's going to go up there. We're doing it all step of the way, okay? Our owner, Lee Mallett, is personally committed to customer satisfaction. That's why his personal cell phone number is listed on every page of our contract. He wouldn't put his number on every page of the contract if he didn't want you to call him if something was not going the way you want it to go. Okay, folks? Remember that. If you're a potential customer, you come let us build your building. If we got the privilege to build you a building, remember that Mr. Lee Mallett wouldn't put his number on that page if he didn't want you to call him if you needed to call him, okay? Licensed professional engineer firm. As I stated earlier, that's a very important takeaway here at Mallett. We're not just cookie cutting buildings, stamping buildings out there and putting it up to make a profit. We are designing them. We have a professional engineer firm here. We are a professional engineer firm. We have engineers on staff that we design our buildings and stamp them ourselves. That's got to say something to you, folks. Nobody else is doing that. All right? Now, use our spec sheets if you're shopping, okay? It's natural to want to, shop with somebody else, and that's okay. We made it easy for you. We made spec sheets on every one of our buildings. Nobody is going to even come close to what we use here in the Mallett building. And if you use this, you're going to find out for yourself. Make them check mark this, okay? We've already seen where people say they were going to use something, and then when it comes down to fine print, they don't, okay? Use this spec sheet. It tells you what's going in your building. We'll give you that so you can make sure that whoever you're shopping with has the standards that we have. They want to have the standards that we have, they just don't, okay? Customer says, I got a cheaper quote. Well, congratulations, you got a cheaper building. I love this because it's the truth, We're not going to be the cheapest people. Why? Folks, if I haven't explained that to you, call me. I'll explain it more to you. We just do things right. We have set the standard in post frame. We engineer post frame. We don't just throw sticks in the ground. Okay, it's engineered here. That's very important. We do it the right way. We use quality product. We're not going to use nothing but number one kiln-dried treated lumber. There's a lot cheaper lumber out there, folks. There's a lot of people don't even use treated truss. I don't know if you've seen the termites swarm lately outside, but they're here. Customer, I got a cheaper quote. Well, congratulations, you got a cheaper building. If you are shopping, please don't. If you go to these tubular buildings, you're asking for disaster. In my opinion. Here's another one. That's a red iron building there. That's what I was talking about. You see, they're using rafters, boy, and they got them way spaced apart. They don't even. That's just a poor design. Like I said, this building here probably wasn't engineered. Well, all of our buildings are, okay? The facts to consider before buying a building, okay? The 5 factors to consider. Experience. We got 26 years in the business. We brought post-frame construction, engineered post-frame construction now to this area. A lot of people have followed us, folks, and want to ride our coattails, and that's fine. And if you choose to do business with them, that's your prerogative. But I can tell you this, we back everything we do up. We're going to do it to the highest standards, and it's going to be engineered, okay? Licensure. Doesn't it make sense to make sure that they have the proper licensure? I would start off, make sure they have a business license at best, okay? Then, are they a licensed contractor? That's very important. If they're not responsible enough to get a license, they might not be responsible enough to build your building. Think about that one. You know, quality. What are they putting in your building? We give you a spec sheet to let you see what we put in your building. We don't hide anything from you. We use nothing but the best here, okay? Reviews. Check out their reviews. If they don't have any, you might need to think about that one, okay? It means nobody likes them, okay? Price. You know, at what price, if you get something cheaper, like you've seen some of these pictures before, is it really a better price if you got problems within a year? If your building collapsed from a windstorm, is it really cheaper? I don't think it would be. All right, experience. Longevity in the industry often translates to reliability and expertise. A company with a strong track record can navigate potential issues before they become costly problems. I like to call that foresight. We like to see a problem before it happens. Sometimes we don't, I'll be honest with you, but we always go back and fix it. I can promise you that one, okay? Ask how many buildings the company has completed and request to see past projects. You know, we have ambassadors out there like Mr. Tackett, and I'd invite you. He can tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you know what? It's better coming from them than it is to us. We have a bunch of them out there, okay? Ask how, okay, I got that already, all right? Ensure the builder is properly licensed. We went over that, okay? You want to make sure they're licensed. Ask for proof of licensure. There's nothing wrong with asking to see somebody's contractor's license or business license or insurance for that matter. Wouldn't it be a shame that they start building something on your property and something bad happens on your property and they don't even have insurance? Well, folks, I'm here to tell you, if they don't have insurance, whoever gets hurt on that property, they're probably going to come after you. They need to have the proper licensure. That's very important. Okay, quality. Not all buildings are constructed the same. Materials and craftsmanship determine durability. This is what I'm talking about, folks. We put the best product there is on the market. A lot of those products we come up with. You know, nobody, I was talking to somebody today, they know it's our building because it's a 2x8 scissor truss, or 2x8 truss for that matter. Nobody's making this, okay? Look for engineered structure with proper truss foundation support and weather resistant. Ask about materials and workmanship. There's nothing wrong with asking all these questions, and you can ask it from our spec sheet. Reviews. Find out how many reviews they have, folks. Ask customer references. We have ambassadors. They may have a few customers out there. Ask them, talk to them. A company with strong reviews and repeat customers is a sign of consistent satisfaction. All right? Price. The cheapest price isn't always the best value. Consider what is included in the quote, materials, labor, and warranties. All important. Get an itemized estimate to compare costs. Factor in long-term savings. This is what I was talking about. Doesn't do you no good if you got a cheaper building if it blows away in a year, doesn't it? All right. Beware of hidden fees and low-ball offers. All right. 5 factors we went over: experience, licensure, quality, and reviews. All right. The 5 red flags, kind of the same thing. So your 5 red flags is years in business. You can find that out at the Secretary of State. Licensure. Make sure they have proper business license and a contractor's license. Any violations, that's very important. It's okay to ask somebody, hey, you're fixing to build my building. You have any, you are a contractor, right? Do you have any violations? Okay. Hopefully they tell you the truth. Reviews on the BBB, visit the contractor's facility. All right, here's some local contractors, Southern Style Barns and Building, okay? They don't have any accredited with the BBB. They have violations, all right? I'm not gonna, well, I am gonna play it. Folks, I'm gonna tell you right now, it looked like a post frame building. It looks like it was your post was way apart. And let me tell you something. If they would have had at least a cable retention system like we're talking about, that would have never happened. Even with the less material that they had in that building, if they'd have had that all interlocked from post to post throughout that building with the weight of that slab on there, that you just saw would have never happened. We ensure with our engineered firm that we make sure that that kind of stuff don't happen to you, okay? And then watch out for this lady was a victim of contractor fraud. This man was arrested. Same old song and dance, another violator. I mean, he took people's money, okay? This guy's taking people's money out there. Both of these guys, same thing. Beware, folks, all right? Southern Style, again, that's their business location. That's a red flag to me, all right? None of them are accredited. So, am I going backwards or the same thing over? Okay, the inference report card. We're not going to do the report card. Elite special recap, okay? Here's a recap on our specials. 30 by 50 by 12, 43,998. A 40 by 50 by 12, 53,950. A 40 by 60 by 12, 61,598. This is the best building in the industry, folks. If you're in the market, we'd love to earn your business. Give us a call. All right? Ambassadors. We got an ambassador. I think he's still watching, Mr. Tackett. He's one of our ambassadors. We have several of them out there, thousands of them out there, actually. What does that mean to you? What that means is this is somebody that you can talk to, so you don't, if you feel pressured by us, we invite you to talk to some of our ambassadors out there. They'll let you come look at their building. Trust them. Don't take what they say. You don't have to trust us. We have ambassadors out there that will do our work for you. They'll let you see their building. Okay? We will beat anybody's building, quote, apples to apples. It's really not a true statement. Why? Because you get all of this stuff here. You get 26 years of experience. You get an engineering firm with licensed engineers on staff working for you. We engineer our post frame here, okay? Our value building, which is our lowest tier building, is way superior than any of our competitors out there, folks. If you don't believe me, come talk to me and I'll show you why. It's not smoke and mirrors here, folks. This is real stuff. We're factual. We give you the facts, okay? But we'll give you $1,000 if apples to apples, we'll beat their quote. All right? If you want a fast, cheap, and forgettable, there are plenty of those out there. But if you want an engineered, custom, and backed by the biggest name in the region, that's Mallett, and we're worth the wait. We are worth the wait, folks. Why? Because you buy a building from us, your building's going to last you, okay? That's our show today. A little long. We appreciate your business. We'll see you tomorrow.